It was a good day for learners from Nayisi Primary School in Nyamiango in Blantyre during a handover ceremony of the library at the school premises. Speaking to journalists at the function, Mr. John Hellman, who sponsored the library and is also a board member of Jacaranda Schools, said that there is more that the school is doing in Malawi.
And I sponsored this library because I think every child should have the opportunity to learn to read and have access to books. I know how important it was for me growing up, and I want to make sure that all the children of Malawi have the same kind of opportunities that I had when I grew up. I met with the deans of 2 law schools here, Chancellor College and the Catholic University Law School. In my other life, when I'm not on the board, I teach law school. So we're looking at whether there are opportunities for exchanges between my law school in Los Angeles and the law schools here.
The director of Jacaranda Schools, Mr. Lux, had this to say, and he is the one who has been behind the initiative.
First library in 2022, and it's the number 22 of our libraries, our 22nd library, opening in 2022. Extremely excited, extremely happy, because it's yet another school where we are working hand in hand with the heads and the district education manager to give the possibility and opportunity for the children to have a safe place where they can read, sit down, read and study in good conditions, but also access quality reading books. So we feel it's very, very important at Jacaranda to give this chance to as many children as possible in Malawi, starting up first with Blantyre. You know, for each library we try and find a sponsor because this is outreach program for Jacaranda. And what's very interesting is that not only we find people who help us develop the libraries program, but when they come here, those are some of our friends and sponsors like Professor John Hellman, who sponsored this library. Those are very prominent people who have access to other areas of partnerships for Malawi. In this case, he's a lawyer and a professor of law, so we also introduced him to Chancellor College, UNIMA, Faculty of Law, and Catholic University, Dean of Law as well. So we're trying to also help establish partnerships with other education entities in Malawi.
Upon receiving the library, the headmistress of Nayisi Primary School said this was a very welcome initiative and that it will help to boost the education standards.
I think this library will help us a lot to improve learners' achievement because it will give them time to come and study. They will not just be reading these extracurricular books, but they'll also be reading their books. So they'll be studying also in this library. This will help improve their performance. So we are very happy and very appreciative to Jacaranda Schools. Yeah, we had a lot of challenges. We didn't have a library, but we had books where we didn't have anywhere to keep them. We just heaped them in the storeroom. Now, when these people came rehabilitating the library, we have found a place. So our books and their books have been combined and they're all in the library. So this is good for us.